Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's Donnie here coming to you live here from Japan. Another week has gone by. It's another Friday. You know, I posted on Facebook already, so a lot of you guys have seen it already. So I picked up some cool drift charms, and basically what I'll do is I'll pick three. Like I only bought three today. I'll pick three random people, and you know, just take everybody's names who's commented, liked, or anything with my video shared. And I'll put you in a randomizer, pick three of those people, and keep it as random as possible to make it, you know, fair. I'm not just picking my best friends and things like that. Some of today's work, I just went to Motorland SP to pick up one of my cars, R33 Skyline. I was actually going to sell this car at one point. It was kind of in a pinch, and luckily the car didn't sell because actually right after I rebuilt the engine, I've drifting this engine for probably about maybe 4.5, 5 years. No issues, but eventually I had an issue one night. Oil line came off, and one of my bearings got spun a bearing. Took it apart, rebuilt everything. The only thing I didn't do, which I should have did, I didn't replace the oil pump. And eventually, that went ahead and failed on me. So went up to MSP to pick the car up again, bring it back home, and take it out and have another spare to throw back in there while I'm fixing the engine that's in R33 currently. MSP maybe hit about 4 or 5 cars outside of the track line up against the gate. Now, as you can see, there's a long line of cars, missiles, and I would say, like I said, I talked about Drift Matsuri a little bit. Since Drift Matsuri happened, the missile craze has hit the whole earth, and most drifters have about 2 to 3 cars, spare cars, just to smash around in. So all these cars here are all like practice cars. I have myself, I got about three cars there, JZX81, the R33, and another 180 that I have there just to practice. And they're just disposable cars that people wanted to throw away, and I just took them and, you know, keep it simple. One of the questions was who's better, Japan and US, in regards to drifting. And first I'll start off by saying you neglected Australia, the Brits, Brazilians, the South Americans. Drifting is worldwide if you haven't figured it out yet. So it's not just Japan versus US, although the media will play it up that way because, you know, Japan and US, they do have a lot of media in regards to drifting and things like that. But drifting is much bigger than Japan and US. Everybody who competes in drifting can drift. That's not a question. Some people prefer to, you know, drift toge or do parking lots and things like that. So everybody's not shooting to do comps. Myself, the guys who know me, they'd be laughing right now because back in the day, like myself and other guys were against comps. Now I'm actually competing. The last 3 seasons I've been competing. Japan, US, Australia, it all comes down to style. I've drifted a lot of guys from all over, been in Japan, and, you know, Japanese got, you know, the very quick, not so much angle, not really big on smoke. And then in America you got, you know, big angle and smoke and things like that. Australia guys, kind of a mixture between Japan and US, where the Australia guys are just nuts, straight up, balls to the wall. And you got different drifters from all around the world. So I think that, you know, I'm not going to say who's better, Japan and US. It's kind of up to you. I mean, if you really care about that type of thing, that's kind of up to, you know, that person. The next question I'll go to is, what do you think about V8s? And like I said, if you come in the forefront, if you watch Formula Drift, personally, I don't get into the whole debate. A lot of guys, you know, I posted up some videos of one of the option guys, one of the D1 True guys using the LS, and got a lot of responses, a lot of good responses, a lot of bad responses, and people just been ignorant about, you know, the engine. Like I said, I don't use them. I prefer inline 6s, and they do everything I need to do. So there's nothing against it, but it's proven that it works. A lot of guys are getting more track time and less maintenance, and that's the biggest thing about drifting. The more track time you get, the better you become. And even if you're not pursuing comps, even with your buddies, I mean, if you're in a tandem training of 20 cars and you can't keep up with your buddies, it's kind of discouraging. So seat time, no matter what you do, is vital. A lot of guys want to build these monster machines and, you know, crazy engine builds, and those guys, you know, unfortunately they don't have a lot of seat time because you spend more time in the garage trying to make this one unique car. And I mean, I hate to say it, but it's nothing unique about anything nobody's doing today, unless you're just doing some off the wall crazy build, and that build is probably going to take a lot of time to get all the resources. Unless you got a lot of cash, you can probably get it done faster. But for most people, you know, myself included, we're working, and every penny that you get outside of bills is going to drifting. So to maximize your piggy bank, not saying be like a cookie cutter, but just keep it simple, keep it on the track, and maximize your seat time. Question is, how are American drifters seen in Japan? Like any foreigner, at first when you come onto the scene or wherever you're going to, it's going to be some hesitation from the locals. They don't know you. Unless a Japanese person vouches for you, they're going to be kind of hesitant to drift with you until they check you out, see what you're about, and then they'll engage you or invite you to come along with those guys. Since I've been here, I've seen like groups of guys where they were very welcoming. Then I've seen other groups of guys where they were kind of standoffish. They really didn't want to engage, and then it was kind of, you know, they didn't want to be shown up because honestly, you know, when you get to a certain point in drifting, I mean, you can drift almost anywhere, and some people, when they see that your skill level might be higher than theirs, as far as the Japanese drifters, they might want to like separate themselves from you because they don't want to be shown up by their buddies, or hey, that's a, you know, an outsider, or a I don't want to say gaijin because nobody really, it's kind of a derogatory term when it's used in a bad way. Nobody really says that, but they'll just separate themselves. Some guys kind of don't really. All drifters in Japan are cool. They know that you're here for a reason, but at the same time, like, I mean, your style depends on how much interaction you'll get from the locals when you're out there drifting. So if you're just smashing stuff up, they're probably not going to want to slide with you. If you have good lines, consistent lines, they'll want to mix it up with you, because as much as a foreigner, a person from outside of Japan wants to drift with Japanese drifters, they will also want to mix it up with different people. Like you see Daigo over there from the drift, and all the guys that are you know, intermingling between different you know, FD Asia and things like that. After leaving MSP, I had to stop by a few stores, pick up some other things while I was out. I stopped by Up Garage. Most of you guys know what Up Garage is. It's one of the biggest used parts depots in Japan, all connected. You can order from any location and have it shipped to another. Pretty standard. I just never really kind of showed it off. Had to get permission to bring the camera into the shop. And after I left Up Garage, went to one of the spots that a lot of guys know where I was driving cash, Astral Tools, Astral Products. Just went in there to pick up another breaker bar because I broke my other ones last night. And you can see it's a pretty standard store, kind of like a Harbor Freight, or yeah, like a Harbor Freight for the guys in America. I'm not sure what stores they have abroad, Australia, Britain, but it's pretty much a car part store. All the car accessories, all of your special tools, and everything you can, you know, welders, engine lifts. Just want to say thanks again for checking the video out for this particular video. Like I said, I'm giving away 3 items. Be sure to like, share, comment. Any interaction with the video will get your name entered into the drawing, and I'll let the drawing run for maybe about 3 days, and after the third day, I'll select names. So you want some free parts and you know, drift charms or whatever from Japan, just go ahead and like, share, comment, or subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Thanks again for checking the video out, and I'll see you guys next week.